The Whitehouse Wildcats Girls Soccer Show is brought to you by the Lone Star Podcast Network. You can find the show on Spotify, on Apple iTunes, on any place podcasts are found. But if you want to hear more high school sports-related shows, head over to LoneStarPodcast.com. And if you would love to get a show for your high school sports team, when you're on LoneStarPodcast.com, look for the link that says Coach's Show. All right, everybody, join me in welcoming Coach Aaron Hale from the Whitehouse Girls Soccer Team to the show. Coach, how are things today?
We're okay today.
You don't sound real convinced.
Well, it's a Monday, and we practice I get to the school at 5:15 in the morning because we practice at 5:45. So it is just, a Monday, and we did actually have a good training session today, so I am thankful for that. We had a tough loss last week and bounced back on Friday, so things are looking up. We'll see tomorrow.
Nice. Let's talk about that Hallsville game, 2-1, and we're one goal against a team that, if you count their game before and after, they outscored their opponents 12-0. It's a good team.
Yes. Hallsville is always tough. He's a good coach. He had scouted us, and he man-marked a couple of my players, which is usually kind of a tactic that you would use if you were looking to shut some key players down. He's pretty clever like that. We came out flat in the first half. It was 1-0 them at halftime. Our second half we came out pretty strong, put one away pretty quickly. 1-1. The energy was kind of picking up there. Everything looked good. We had been talking all week about don't give them set pieces, don't give them corner kicks, and we gave them a corner kick. And our keeper came out to get it, and I thought she had it. She did not, but someone was standing on the line ready for it like she's supposed to be, and she cleared it out, and it just came right back at us. And we were scrambling to recover. We just ran out of time. They ended the game. The ball was in midair for us taking a corner kick, so who knows what would have happened. But we had some unfortunate calls, and they wanted it. It was a close game. I would have been happy to walk away from that game with a tie. I think he felt the same. But hopefully we'll come here and have them here next go around and take care of business.
Yeah, definitely. And that game, as of right now, was the difference between a number 2 ranking and a number 3 ranking in district.
Yes, sir, it was. We are now tied for the number 3 spot.
Nice. So let's jump to the next game. The Texas High one. Much better turnout there, 3-0. Yes.
We went into halftime. It was you wouldn't know it, but it was 0-0 at halftime.
Wow.
They're a tough crew. We again came out a little flat. They also were playing very high, and we normally play very high, so we were pretty much playing with 20 players on a 30-yard field because of the offsides rule. So we really had to be creative there. We had to possess a lot, and then we made some adjustments at halftime where we changed some people around and got some speed up top and out wide, and that broke their kind of offsides trap apart, and we were able to put a through ball. Ella Fishback played a beautiful through ball to Riley Hill, and she cut in and put a goal away. Camden Spearman had a beautiful cross, and Ella Fishback was able to head it in, and Camden Spearman played a beautiful ball across, or maybe it was Michael Lindsay who played a beautiful ball across, and Riley Hill was able to finish that one too. So we were able to use a couple of speedy weapons, and we walked away with a 3-0 win against them, and they were pretty tough. That 3 goals in one half, we came out and meant business. So I was thankful for that.
Oh, I love that. And was that you mentioned that you made some adjustments there in terms of your lineups, but
yes.
How much do you, as the coach, play as far as the plays you call versus just personnel adjustments? What percent do you think was more important?
I think that the adjustments that we did make needed to be made because we were it was so compact and just a lot of bodies in a tiny space. So what we needed to do was send the ball either through or over the top and let our speed try to break down their back line. And once we were able to do that, it kind of pushed their keeper back into her goal a little bit, and it made their back line scoot back to accommodate for our speed, and it gave us more area to play with. So it was a group effort with those adjustments, and we just came out ready to go that next half. The first goal was scored within the first, I want to say, 5 minutes. So wow. That really kind of lit a fire, and then we started going from there.
Nice. And you're sitting with the best defense in district right now. Like I said, you're tied for third. You're giving up the least goals in all of district. How much of that is in your lineups, as far as putting people in the game for defense versus those adjustments which break free the offense? Because it both worked against Texas.
Right. We have the second best defense in the district.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
Jacksonville.
tough.
Well, so to be fair, and this is not being biased, we actually, you're right, we do have the first best defense in district.
Right, by goal.
Yeah, Jacksonville has a shutout. They have not conceded a goal in district play, but I do not feel like that is due to their defense. They just possess very well, and they have a keeper that actually just signed to a D2 school just the other day, who made an amazing save against us when we were there. She is a really solid keeper. Our defense is very experienced. I have two seniors on the back line, one junior and one sophomore. And then the people that I sub and switch in there are very experienced as well. We've run the same system for a while now. We made some adjustments. Our center back twisted her ankle right before we went to Holesville, so we made an adjustment to where she scoots back and our center back that's beside her pushes forward to pick up any basically kind of man mark right there in front of her to alleviate any kind of pressure she may have on her. So that worked well. They're very knowledgeable. They're very mature. Audrey Hall leads our defense back there, but senior Mia Boyce does a good job. Junior Ava Wise does a good job. I change out. Riley Hill starts for me at right back, but I was able to throw her into the offense, and Hattie Schneider came back and played defense. Natalie Espinoza comes back and plays defense and does a great job on the left side over there. When we needed to make changes, they step up and they did well. Our defense is very solid back there. Excellent.
Well, let's talk about Mount Pleasant, because they are that team that's tied for third with you right now. What do we expect from them?
So last year we tied, went into double overtime, and ended up going to PKs when they came here. My team last year did not travel well, so we went there and got whooped last year. They ended up taking second in district behind Longview. I expect he's missing some players, but I think they may be back at this point. He's pretty tricky, and he's a smart coach, so I expect it to be a battle tomorrow night. The weather is not looking good either. In the rain and cold, anything could happen. So hopefully we will play very solid defense. They have, I believe, 14 goals against them, and we have 4. So I'm hoping that we can get some things going on offense quick and rely heavily on a couple of quick goals, and then rely on our experienced back line to take care of business.
Excellent. And then moving on to the Marshall game. Marshall's a team that you blanked 4-0 earlier in the year. How do you make sure the girls don't sleep on this Marshall team?
Oh, that's a great question. That's the age-old question, especially coaching girls, is how do you keep the level of play up and not play down to an opponent that is typically not on the same level as you. Right. And if anyone finds the answer to that question, I would really like to know. But we talk about, hey, we can't let our intensity level drop. Anything can happen on any given night in sports. I mean, that's what makes it so fun to play and so fun to try. Well, and
especially soccer being such a low-scoring game.
Yes.
Each score is so important.
Yes. And, their keeper made a lot of great saves for them last time we played them. So we'll put that, in the back of our minds. They were more organized than they have been in years past. So we definitely can't count them out. You want to go in. That game starts the second round of district. So you want to go in with the mindset, hey, we have a job to do, and we don't want to lower our level of play. But we also, don't want to run our starters and workhorses into the ground and want to get minutes to those who, don't typically get a whole lot of minutes and see what they can do. But before that can happen, we got to take care of business. We got to put some goals away and then, see what everybody else can do. So we're going to hopefully go out, take care of business, have some fun doing it, and then turn around and face Jacksonville. And my girls are hungry for that game. So yeah.
And you brought up another question I was going to ask was about the backups, the ones who are not in the starter role right now. Who are you starting to see from the non-starters that you're thinking, oh, these girls can play a bigger role?
I actually have a couple of freshmen that have surprised me this season. And I'm looking into sliding them into the lineup, and they may take some people's spots. So Lola Brown's making a big impression. Carmen Taylor's making a big impression. Shiloh Hendricks. All 3 of them are putting up goals and holding their own every game. So I'm looking to maybe get them some minutes and experience and see what happens.
Nice. Cool. Well, Coach, again, looking good. The third is a great place to be. Obviously, you want to get higher, but good luck this week. Hopefully, we'll pick up 2 W's and start the second half of district the right way.
Yes, sir.
Cool. It's good to talk to you. I look forward to talking with you next week.
It's great to talk to you. Thanks so much.
Hey, I want to thank you for listening to the Whitehouse Wildcats Girls Soccer Show. Please go out and support these girls, support this program, share this show, and tell the world about Whitehouse Wildcats Soccer. Hey coaches, did you know we're now offering shows for all sports? That's right, whether it's basketball, volleyball, softball, baseball, football, soccer, you name it, we've got you covered. If you're looking for a way to showcase your program, promote your players, and highlight the amazing things happening with your team, our coaches shows are the perfect solution. Plus, our business model lets you or your booster club raise money while building excitement and support for your program. Don't miss the opportunity to take your team's story to the next level. Find out how you can get your very own coaches show. Reach out to Chris at 713-269-4620 today. That's 713-269-4620 because every team deserves the spotlight.